Hello, and first I'd like to welcome everybody to the first edition of MrTaftPlays games, where this week we'll be taking on Lilies, a beautiful Metroidvania 2D platformer available on the Switch or the PC. We played on the PC with a controller and had an absolutely amazing time. This game harkens back to the Metroids and the Castlevanias of old, with skill acquisition, blocking off different areas, revisiting old locations, and beautifully challenging boss fights. Like many adventures, this one starts without us knowing who we are or why we are there. Over time, we will learn our name is Lily, the White Priestess, a child stuck in a plagued land. A curse known as the Blight has taken over its people and transformed them into something evil. Alone and helpless, we are going to have to traverse and retrace the terrains of Land's End, as we unlock new skills, causing us to go back to lands we've been to before. These skills come in the form of our knights, spirits who have been charged with protecting us upon our journey. Many of these spirits have themselves been infected by the Blight, and we must first purify them before we can ask them to join us. These spirits take on both mini-boss and final boss forms. Some we casually come across within the terrain itself, others are cinematic events all their own. The challenging and vast array of enemies forces us to switch up our playstyle, encouraging us to explore and use new spirit knights as we go. Our primary means of customization in Ender Lilies comes in the form of rings and necklaces known as relics. These adjust our passive and active abilities and will need to be swapped out per our needs for each individual boss fight.
Alright. Science, it's right here. Come on. I'm trying to learn if I can block your stuff. Because I'm going to die and come back and fight you for real. Okay. We can. I gotta get... Once I can learn that block, we'll be so good for that.
Here in this menu, you can see me changing out my spirit knights to best counter this boss.
I don't know, it doesn't add up. That makes sense. Dude, these boss fights have been really fun. They've been really, like... How do I say it? Like, they make sense. Well designed. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say here. They're very well designed.
One of the most rewarding things about boss fights in Ender Lilies is how well designed they are and how they allow the player to learn the boss's abilities and movesets in order to best counter them. Let's take a minute and watch me take down the old knight.
I'm almost nameless kinging this right now, where I know his health is so low, but like I don't want him. Because I've blown it far too many times trying to go for the kill already.
Perhaps it's time that you jumped in and helped Land's End purify the Blight. This has been the inaugural episode of MrTaftPlays Games. Make sure to support both the YouTube and the Twitch channel to see future content.